Three-time Indy 500 winner Johnny Rutherford will bring the pace car off the track. The green flag will wave. We are racing. The Milwaukee IndyFest is underway. Pagano, he will look to make the first move early on as he will get underneath E.J. Vizo. Dario Franchitti, Mark James will break to the front off of two.
Behind the front two, Ryan Hunter-Reay and Dario Franchitti. The rear of the field stacked up a little bit. We're single file through the first five. Then Pagano and Vizo go side by side into three.
Remember last year it was Ryan Hunter-Reay who lost control of his car on the very first lap in corner number two. Not this time. We're safely through lap number one. Dario Franchitti is out in front of Ryan Hunter-Reay, marked by about 15 car lengths off of two.
Well, I can tell you with all the dust and dirt that went up in my face when that field flew about 20 feet below me, Mike, they didn't get the track all cleaned off with the rain. But Dario Franchitti, smooth sailing for him. We're single file now through the first 10. Marco and Rahal going side by side into four.
Not a whole lot of movers here early on. We're keeping our eye on championship leader Will Powers. The Verizon car has gotten around James Shakes. Here comes Scott Dixon. Dixon, Mark, remember, he started all the way back in 21st as he has a lot of cars to pass if he's going to get to the front.
Yeah, a lot of work to do, and we may see him pit out of sequence to try to make that up. Pagano, Vizo, probably the best battle among the front 10. They're nose to tail out of four.
As we watch the race for the lead, Ryan Hunter-Reay trying to get underneath Dario Franchitti. Newgarden will come to pit lane as we've got three cars running in front of the leaders. Dario Franchitti will pull to the inside as Ryan Hunter-Reay tried to make the move in turn number three. Mark James unable to get it done. They're clearing lap traffic off of two.
Yeah, Ryan Hunter-Reay has the leader squarely in his sights. A trio of cars run in front of them. It's Charlie Kimball, it's Conway, it's Ed Carpenter. Now we see Elio Castroneves wants to join in that fight, and it looks like Rubens Barrichello's going to try to get in the middle of it as well. Mike, one of the Penske cars awfully slow to the high side. That's Ryan Briscoe off of four.
Catherine Legg will dive onto pit lane as well. And Davey, we knew the tires were going to drop off quickly here. That has been what you've been hearing from your driver all weekend long. And certainly at 26 laps complete, it looks like some drivers fighting some handling issues right now.
Well, Catherine did a great job by not hitting the wall. She got up really high in turns 3 and 4. Mike got in those marbles. Once you get those on your tires, it's hard to get them off. But I'll tell you what, who's struggling, Ryan Briscoe. We see him laid out right now. I expect to see him come in the next 3 laps.
Ryan Hunter-Reay, though, is going to be our race leader when Elio Castroneves comes to pit lane. Let's go to turn 4, and we've got a problem, and that looks like it could be Simona Di Silvestro, and it is Mark James. So Simona Di Silvestro has a problem in turn number 4 with 66 shown complete, and that will bring out our first caution.
Yep.
79 of 220 laps at the line. Yeah, and it's Ed Carpenter, the lap car, excuse me. So it is the second place car who will start on the outside of the second row as Mike Conway will try to get underneath E.J. Vizo. So Vizo now will battle Carpenter as Ed Carpenter goes to the outside trying to get his lap back. Mark James, they head to you in 3.
Boy, Carpenter hanging on for dear life. The rear of that car really danced around on Ed Carpenter. He grabs the spot for Vizo. Meanwhile, Ryan Hunter-Reay running side by side with Conway. Conway to the high side of the exit of 4.
Yeah, and Davey right now, I guess Ed Carpenter would love nothing more to see another quick yellow. He gets his lap back in a hurry as he gets around Vizo and now begins to pull away just a bit.
Well, he almost had a yellow. They went 4 wide in and underneath Mark at the back of the field. They straightened it out now, but a lot of cars checking up right now. We see
Elio Castroneves, Mark James is backing up, it looked like, in a big way off of 2 as Dixon nearly got him, and he's going to work on him at 4.
Yeah, Dixon gets him as the rear end wiggles just a little bit. Elio Castroneves, all kinds of handling problems to the exit of 4.
So here they come to the green flag, and it will fly as it will be Elio Castroneves across the line first as we watch Dixon now kind of bottled up, Davey, on the outside, unable to make that dive like he did there on that last restart.
Yeah, couldn't quite do it, but he's falling back. But Ryan Hunter-Reay finds himself going right by him back in second. Dixon's working Vizo right now for that 3rd spot.
Fields in front of Mark James in 3.
Ryan Hunter-Reay clears J.R. Hildebrand. E.J. Vizo to the high side of Briscoe. Meanwhile, Elio Castroneves has set sail down the main straightaway. Mike, about 10 cars back. The 26 RC machine of Marco Andretti looks awfully racy.
E.J. Vizo trying to pull up and get around the National Guard car. That is the 4 machine of J.R. Hildebrand. Mark is right now. Hildebrand has shown a couple of laps down.
Yeah, Hildebrand's car just not real racy right now. We mentioned he's a couple of laps down. Hitch going side by side with Briscoe makes the pass to the high side. Now Tagliani wants a piece of him off of 4.
Well, the yellow and white cars right now are out in front. Here comes Vizo. He clears Hildebrand to the low side going into turn number 1. So Mark, the cars running 1, 2, 3 now have no lap traffic to deal with.
Trouble in turn 2. couple of cars against the wall at the apex of turn
Sato.
2.
Yeah, it looks like one of them is Takuma Sato and the other one is James Jakes. So Takuma Sato and James Jakes involved, and it will bring out our third caution with 108 laps complete. And Mark James, you've got J.R. Hildebrand, who's come to a stop just short of you.
Yeah, don't know if the National Guard car was involved in that or not, but he has come to a stop in front of me just at the entrance to turn number 3 to the bottom side of the racetrack. Don't see any noticeable damage on the car, but he was off the pace on the restart. Car started blowing by him left.
Now, looks like he's going to shoot right underneath.
Oh,
I'll tell you what happens.
He and Briscoe touched.
Him and Briscoe touched early. That looks like coming off of turn 4, the lap before. Actually did have a little touch going down the front straightaway. See if he catches back up to
I was
Briscoe.
going to say, the
again.
car seems fine at that point.
Seems fine at that point, yeah. And then, let me see here.
We're watching the replay now to see, and Dario was all by himself.
Yeah.
He had gotten bottled up, and Mark had made mention. Boy, he made a hard contact there as the right side of that car after he did a 180. Here he comes off of turn number 4. The Sundrop DHL machine fielded by Andretti Autosport will see the white flag. For the final time, Ryan Hunter-Ray will negotiate turns 1 and 2. Mark James, here he comes, headed to you in turn 3 for the final time.
Suppose it's only appropriate. Michael Andretti put so much on the line to restore this historic race and solidly put it on the IndyCar Series schedule. Now his driver's going to go into victory lane.
For the final stint, it was all Ryan Hunter-Ray. So Ryan Hunter-Ray will come across the line. He will be a 2-time winner at the Milwaukee Mile as he takes the victory here at the Milwaukee IndyFest.